fun. It's like now I'd be like, damn, did y'all act like actual fun now? Like this, like it's like damn, like they done took so much from them to do and stuff. Which like I said, I try not to be too hard on the youngsters. Like I say, because a lot of stuff, like I say, ain't really getting no structure at home, the parents and stuff, and then whatever other stuff going on with them, and then got all so much like especially up here with all school closed down, all these schools. Like it'll forever be crazy to me. My rival high school, Redford High School. I went to Henry Ford High School here in Detroit. Redford was our rival school that wasn't too far away from us. And they tore that school down after they just had put a new track and a football field up there. Tore it down and put a goddamn Myers where a fucking school was. I said, I never seen no shit like that. A open school, y'all shut it down, tore it down, and put a department store there. I was
Wow,
like,
that's crazy. Wow.
that shit still blows my mind. Like, and y'all sit there expect, going on with y'all. They done closed so many schools. My old elementary school got closed down. My old uh middle school got closed down. These schools have been there like my elementary, middle, and high school that my mom and my uncles and stuff had graduated. I did the circle right along with them from elementary, middle, and high school. These how long these schools have been there, been open, but a lot of them then got closed and got torn down, and it's just like, why are y'all closing all these schools and all this shit with this charter shit? And it's just like they just done watered down the curriculum was already like on its way, just kind of gradually, whatever. Me and Anthony was talking about, like, the how we used to have home ec and wood shop and all the different stuff back in the day. Like
Yeah.
they should have both the both tech type classes on the campus and stuff, and like the schools in the
Mm-hmm.
urban area as they call it, aka the hood. But the
Right.
suburbs, they probably got the schools at or the auto mechanics and aviation or whatever stuff
Right.
on campus. I had to literally catch the
Right.
bus from my school to go to my Votech school to go take Votech learn automotive and stuff. It wasn't at the school, that's where it should be, especially for high school. 'Cause shit, after this shit over with,
Right.
going into adulthood, a fucking career in the trade. Why am I not learning this stuff along with a couple of the English, math, and whatever? But need to be learning some damn trades and going into a career and shit. Like that is ugh.
I,
Always has
yeah,
been.
that's kind of like the same thing that happened in Chicago. For what I saw, they didn't close a lot of schools or elementary schools there, but they used to have schools there where they taught you how to weld, how to do wood shot,
Mhm.
how to, work on cars, stuff like that, but now they didn't took a lot of them programs out of there, man, and sending it to schools in the suburbs, and now the schools that we used to that had was in the hood, they trying to turn them into private or charter schools, like you said. It's a 360 how they did that, man. So,
Mhm.
so
That shit sad. Like you wanna
once upon
keep
a time,
building
they would
all this
teach you how to
shit.
be know how to construction work, metal.
Mhm. Closing down rec centers and stuff.
Architect. They used to,
Like damn.
once upon a time in schools, they used to teach you how to be chef. They used to
Mhm.
teach stuff like that. I don't know what they teach kids, man.
Damn sure ain't teaching them no
So,
damn cursive and stuff no more. They they taught me force that shit on us. Now y'all don't want to teach these little motherfuckers how to write in cursive and shit. They can't even sign or whatever. They got writing in print. And we talking about that shit too. Like, damn, y'all was forcing that fucking cursive shit on us like a motherfucker. Now these little motherfuckers print every goddamn thing. Ain't that a bitch? The fuck?
cursive, like we have to learn how to write cursive and dent, because
Mm-hmm.
penmanship was something big.
Yep.
Even this growing up, like you had to graduate to the next grade and learn how to write penmanship. Otherwise, they're gonna let your butt stay back. or you're
Mm-hmm.
going to summer school, man. They were very strict on that. And then if you had to write sentences and essays, man, it could be one little mistake. You think you did everything, they would take 40 points just for not putting a
Man.
comma, a parenthesis, or you
Mm-hmm.
misspell one word, even if the story was true what you're saying. I don't know what the teachers do now, but if you do that now, then you're probably gonna get jumped. Shoot, you're probably gonna
Oh
get jumped.
man. Mm, mm,
Shoot.
mm.
I don't even think they do even research papers no more now in school now because so it's like I said, they didn't 360 these schools now. They already was trying to take out gym and music classes and stuff like that. It's like, so what are these kids gonna be doing in school? What they doing?
We was just talking about that the research paper stuff. I was telling her I watched this one girl, her name CSA Punch, her name Christy. She be like all the throwback stuff. She like around our age group and shit. The throwback stuff from how the kids now how they do whatever now and how we had to do it. And then I before I got on, she had made one about doing a research paper, and she had like the kids now like Chat GPT, make me a paper that this and that. Then flip the hookup and us doing it when we had to go to the library and go pull the what's the
Right,
name cards out,
The
find
library
whatever
card.
books. What the hell was that thing that all them what's the name them little drawers and shit with the what's the notary card?
The
What was the damn
notaries.
those?
Index.
Yep, those. Go find the books and shit, and then go sit down there and get the Encyclopedia Britannicas, going through them, get the books, and actually had to read through the books and actually write rough drafts before you actually finish your actual damn paper and shit. So once you get it done, then boom, you get the little plastic hookup to make it look all sweet and shit before you turn it in and shit. It's
Well, my
like,
kids had to do
damn.
that. I ain't
Mm,
believe in going on the internet and being easy.
that shit
yeah,
is crazy. What's going on, Tammy? How you doing this morning? That shit, I was like, damn, do they still do the science project boards and stuff? Hey, man, my little cousin Mackenzie, she the last keep they doing her little board thing. I'm like, damn, is they still making them do that? Like, goddamn.
They already done took Black history out the schools. Like, one more they gonna take from these kids, and then they just erase some of the World War One and Two, so the kids don't know about half of the wars. They only know partials. So
uh-uh.
it's sad.
yeah, yeah. We had to learn the constitutions and the
Mm,
Declaration of Independence, and, in Black history, man, we should, at one point, we had to write book reports. You couldn't really do a lot on Dr. King and Malcolm X. You had to do people like Sir Julian Troop or Marcus
Frederick
Garfield.
Douglass and
Yeah,
shit. Yep.
they like, we already know, Dr. King and Harriet Tubman and Malcolm, but if you say something about Bobby P. Eunice or something like that, they was like, well, who's that person right there? So, we had to write stories like that and everything, man. And
Mm-hmm.
Well, I chose the for Black history. I chose the first Black African queen. Her name was Nzinga. I chose her, and
yeah,
it took me about 2 weeks to finish all my research on her and everything. And once I did my essay, I had got it was actually 9 pages.
Dang.
And Miss Trueheart, she was like, "I gotta dig and go keep digging," because she was the type of English she just told you keep digging. She ain't believe in one piece of paper. You ain't handling just one, because that's telling me you ain't really dig like you was supposed to or do that research. Man, up
Mm-hmm.
all night in school, sleep because I'm tired, all because of this essay. But I passed her. She made it harder for me. She the one got me reading novels and stuff. Like she made it hard for me. Like she wasn't easy on us.
And then what was we talking about earlier too, the internet that don't let them have okay, you ain't writing it. No, you gotta type this out, man. This before the computer. No, you gotta pull out that
Man, you know how long it
typewriter.
took me on a typewriter? I didn't know how to type. Like, I
Typewriter.
couldn't do it with my fingers, so I took a pencil, the back of a pencil, and typed every letter, letter for letter, because I didn't know how to do that typing thing. I always failed. I always failed because I couldn't get my fingers right.
Man.
Hey, it took me a minute to learn that shit too. I ain't gonna lie, but once I got it, I was like, oh yeah, motherfucker, I got this shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd
My
rather
mom
use a
and sister,
screwdriver than a typewriter. So I was the
my,
opposite.
my sister, yeah, my sister, we had to do that when we had to do research papers, man. And then don't let that bar come off. You got to reinduce it and put it back
Oh
together and then make
man.
noise.
And don't make a mistake because you need to use the whiteout and you gotta let it dry first before you go type back over it.
Ooh-wee. White out. Oh my God. What you little motherfuckers know about some white out? When the last
Man,
time you used some white out, you little motherfucker?
that whole paper, look, that whole paper be a whiteout, and they tell you got to do it all over again. You be like, oh my
Oh man.
God, kidding me.
I used to hate
Man.
that. Dad, I use whiteout. It ain't even no need to keep typing. Let me just get a new piece of paper.
Mm, mm, mm.
Oh my God.